Hello my sweeties and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know me, my name is Celise and thank you for joining my spooky little family. In today's video, I am very excited because we are talking about a new horror film and that is X. Let's get into the video. Okay, so before we get into today's video, I just want to quickly talk about an awesome new documentary by Jonathan Barkin called Mental Health and Horror, a documentary. The film is a brilliant analysis of the positive impact that horror movies have on mental health and how cathartic they are for many viewers. It features some of your favorite horror icons from the screen and even YouTube, and I am super excited for it to release. I've included a link in the description to their Indiegogo, so make sure you check it out and drop a donation. Anyway, written and directed by Ty West, starring Mia Goth, Jenna Ortega, Brittany Snow, Kid Cudi, and Martin Henderson, X follows a group of young filmmakers in 1979 as they set out to make an adult film in rural Texas. But when their reclusive elderly hosts catch them in the act, the cast find themselves fighting for their lives. Damn, that's even more news anchor. We love to see it. So I just got back from watching this movie and I am so happy. I am so happy that I have nothing but good thoughts. So X was actually one of my most anticipated horror films of this year, and oh my god, it did not disappoint. I am going to be keeping this review spoiler free, so if you have not seen X yet, you have nothing to worry about. So before we get into performances, I really need to talk about how beautiful this movie looks. It is so beautifully shot, and honestly, it's clearly such a passion project. It's one of those movies that you can tell everybody on set was having such a great time. And I love when you can feel that through the screen. The cinematography in this movie is top notch. It's pretty damn good. There are definitely some shots in this film that I am never gonna forget about that are just so beautiful. Oh my god. And can we talk about the posters for this movie? The posters are all gorgeous. Like, they did such a good job promoting it. Another thing that's really great is I actually did see the trailer for this film, and I'm really happy that the trailer really gives nothing away. And I gotta be honest, I was expecting the movie to just be okay. I don't know why, but I had a feeling. I was like, well, this is one of my most anticipated. It's probably not going to be that great. Maybe I should lower my expectations, but no, it's really great. And honestly, I should have known that because Ty West actually directed The House of the Devil, which is another great film. If you haven't checked that out, you definitely should. Now let's talk about this cast because we have an incredible cast. Oh my god, there are so many icons. I was really happy to see Brittany Snow back because I feel like I haven't seen her in so long, and we definitely haven't seen her in a horror movie in a really long time. So it was so nice to have her come back to the genre. Her performance in the film is really fun, and honestly, I just love how confident she was. Like, you could tell that she had her a little break and she came back to fuck shit up. She really had great comedic timing and she was a spooky bad bitch. What else am I gonna say? Now we have two other queens that I absolutely love and never shut up about, and that is Mia Goth and Jenna Ortega. Yes, most of this review is gonna be me talking about all the baddies here. Jenna Ortega is definitely one of my favorite upcoming actresses. I think she's been killing the game lately. And again, I am so happy and excited to see a Latina killing it in the horror genre. We definitely need more of her. Mia Goth, an amazing actress. She has been in a bunch of other horror films that I really liked. What's really great about her and her performance is that she just has one of those faces that she is so vulnerable, and she is just so open. Like, she can do anything on screen. She is so good. And honestly, Jenna Ortega's performance is definitely like that too. There was some really, really intense scenes in this film, and she absolutely crushed it. Like, when she had to react to things, it was so good. It was some of the most believable scenes I have ever seen. And now we have to talk about Kid Cudi, because this was his first horror film. And I mean, he crushed it. He was so funny. Not only was he funny, but he was just so good and so natural on the screen. Like, he really did a good job. And I mean, his character is so fun. And I just love all of his outfits and everything. Iconic. Another thing I really liked is that this really felt like an old 70s film, not just because of the way it looked, but the tone of it. But the good thing about it is that even though it felt that way, it wasn't at all trying to copy the films from that era, so I really respected that. There is clearly some inspiration from Texas Chainsaw Massacre here, and they do a really good job at that. In terms of the story, I think that it is really just... it's so fun. This is one of those movies that it just keeps going, so there is never a dull moment. It's one of those movies that is just like... and I love that we just get right into it. There's never any draggy bits, and honestly, that is so good. With this kind of movie, that is the kind of pacing you need, so they nailed it there. And speaking of the story, I really want to talk about all of the characters and their dynamics. I feel like they were all written really well, and all of the characters are likable. It was honestly really refreshing to see the characters' takes and how they viewed sex and relationships. And honestly, it was something that I related a lot to, so I really appreciated that. Of course, without giving away any spoilers, I do want to talk about the gore and the kills in this film, because I know a lot of people are going to be asking about that. I will say, top of the line. Top of the line. There is some gore in this film that just looks so good. And I feel like there is a nice amount of kills in this film too. I kind of wish I could talk about which one was the most ridiculous, but you know what? You're just gonna have to go and watch the film. And of course, without giving anything away, I have to talk about the last act. The last act is absolute fire. It is so good. It really keeps you on your toes, and it's just so fun. It's fun, it's funny, it's a little scary, it's a little goofy, and I feel like, again, everything just balances really well. Ty West really knew what he was doing, and I just love that the entire cast, they just really understood the assignment. Another thing I gotta talk about is that there are some iconic lines in this film, specifically from Mia Goth. I mean, throughout, at the beginning and in the last act. Love it. Also, I do just have to say, Mia Goth is literally one of the prettiest women in the world, and I will stand by that. I feel like this is one of those movies that is a little hard to discuss without giving away spoilers. And I won't give anything away, but I think that the plot is just, it's so funny, and it's great. I loved it. So if you guys have been around for a while, then you probably remember a while back in my videos, I would go through Letterboxd and find like the funniest review, and then I would read it out loud. But this time, I didn't need to go to Letterboxd because I went to go see this film with my boyfriend, and I think my boyfriend said it best, so we're just gonna read his tweet. Is this okay? Honestly, I couldn't have said it better. This is just Down Bad, the movie. I think Ty West absolutely killed it. If I'm honest, I loved The House of the Devil, but I love X more. And I feel like he is just growing and he is doing so good. Like, I can't wait to see what he does next. And with that, I am going to be giving X 5 levs out of 5. I genuinely have no negative thoughts on this film. It was a vibe. It was so fun. It was paced well. It was just It was a great time. Honestly, I'm thinking about when I'm gonna watch it again. All right, you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe as it really helps me a lot. And be sure to click that little notification bell to be up to date every single time I upload. And let me know in the comments, have you seen X yet? Do you plan on watching it this weekend? Did you enjoy it? What were your thoughts? I'd love to talk about it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.